Hey y'all! So, I've been getting a lot of questions about how I do my makeup. I'm just gonna start off and say I am no makeup guru whatsoever. I have no idea what I'm doing about 98% of the time. Yeah, I try. A lot of the things that I do when it comes to my makeup, I'm pretty sure isn't right in the sense of my sister, who is an incredible makeup person, she would be very disappointed in the way that I do things. It's one of those things where I feel like makeup artistry and just isn't art, and art is subjective, so just as long as it gets an end result, I think that it should be fine. My sister actually buys a lot of the makeup products that I use, and a lot of the time she uses me as a guinea pig to test out makeups that she wants to use herself. She'll be like, hey, I really want to buy this eyeshadow palette, or I really want to buy this highlighter. Can you use it for me, test it out, and then if it makes you break out, then sorry. So here we go. I'm gonna put my hair in the messy bun of truth. There it is, my messy bun. I actually gave my messy bun a name. And it has actually been one of those things that my friends have been very willing to call it, and its name is Potato Coon. See, it looks like a potato on top of my head. Here we go. I start my makeup process with primer. Some of you might be familiar with it. I have this e.l.f. primer. I usually get the pink one. It's poreless. That's literally all I know about it. Here we go. So I've actually been high-key upset with my skin lately because I usually don't break out and I don't have skin problems really on my face, except that, yeah, it gets dry sometimes. But lately, because it's been allergy season, I'm really allergic to pollen. And we have a lot of things that produce pollen here in Florida. So every time pollen season comes, I break out because my face itches all the time because of the pollen, and the oils from my hands always irritate my skin because I keep touching my face and whatnot. After I do the primer, I do this thing, foundation. I get the Maybelline Fit Me. This one's the matte poreless, and usually I like the dewy kind because I do have pretty dry skin, but I'm gonna be straight up, I ran out, so I do this thingy where I pour some onto the sponge and then I do this. Now, one of the reasons why I decided that I was going to film the makeup tutorial but not really today was because I'm actually getting ready to go and teach a masterclass today at my dance studio. Usually when I have long breaks, like we're on spring break right now, I usually get extremely restless because I hate being holed up in my room to just die. So I invite my students to come with me to the studio and we literally just dance for 5 hours. So I figured today would be a good day to show you guys what my everyday makeup routine is. I can hear my sister's voice right now. Make sure you put it over your eyes. Make sure you blend down your neck. I hear her being loud and clear. After I do my foundation, because I dance and because when you dance you sweat, I like to make sure that I put setting spray in between the big things that happen. So after foundation, after, eyeshadow, after whatever the heck else you do, contouring, that's the word, I make sure that I put setting spray, which, look at that, the label's almost gone, but it's e.l.f. Yeah. I usually don't do too many sprays for my not finished time. After I do my foundation, I use my concealer, which it's by a brand called Cleanista. My sister actually gets this for me, so I have no idea where to buy it. It's essentially a concealer. I mean, it is a concealer, but I also usually use it to do this. What is this called? Highlight, I guess? Is this highlight? I don't know. So I usually like to look like a warrior princess when I put my, let's just call it highlight, on. So after I look like a warrior princess, I usually take a sponge of some sort. So we're just gonna use the one that I used for foundation. Here we go, YOLO. So when I put my, whatever this is, concealer on, I usually like to make sure that it's like towards the insides of my face because I have a very round face. So I make sure that all of my highlights and light colors are inside my face. But yeah, I'm kind of just depending on my art skills and my color deciphering skills to do this. Sometimes after I do that concealer, I usually even go in with another one. I have no idea what brand this is, but it looks like this and it says like Wonder Cover. I usually go in with this with the harder to lighten up areas, so like the insane bags under my eyes and like little freaking allergy zits that show up, all because I keep touching my face. Blendy, blendy. So after I do the highlight, I actually go and use a powder highlight to go over it. So like in a way, at least this is how it works in my head, is that it sets it for you. I use a illuminating palette by e.l.f., the one that looks like this. I hit pan a lot, so like, yeah, I don't know if you can tell like what it is. I can't even tell what it is. I use this one mostly, but she just gave me this thing literally last night. It's another illuminating palette. This one is called Total Face Palette, and it literally looks the same as the black one, but the inside looks like this instead. I guess I'll use the new one. I use a kind of fluffy brush. I can't tell the difference. It's definitely not as shimmery as the one that I usually use, so I'm gonna go over it with that one too. Then I use this one to go on my high points. I do it at the tip of my nose too. So after I do the highlight, I usually go in with the contour. I think that's the word. Whatever the darker stuff is, here we go. I go into this thing and I literally scrape what I can out of it. So I use this kind of brush, I don't know. I actually mostly use it just for the outside. After I do that, I go into this amazingly knockoff version of the Lorac palette. I don't know what that means. My sister told me, but it's really cool. Use this. It's super pigmented. It's really dusty, but I like it. The one that I use to do my darker shadows and stuff like that is the stone one. Even in art classes, they tell you that if you're gonna do your shadows, they're not supposed to be warm colors. So, blendy, blendy. I usually don't like the little line that goes there because I like softer lines. I usually just do a little dabby dabby on the cake. I like to pretend that I have a jawline, so I like to draw it in. I even do this thingy with my nose. I promise this shadow isn't as dark as it's making it seem like. I just have beautiful lighting. That's pretty much how my highlighting and contouring process is. You know what that means? Setting spray. A lot of the times I use this, again, for the blush here, but my sister actually got me this new thing yesterday that is also by Cleanista. It's this thing. I don't know what this is. She says that it's supposed to be a lip thingy, but I actually really like the color for blush, so we're gonna try that today. I'm nervous. I can't see it, but it's there. Ooh, it smells like candy. Try not to eat it. Definitely gonna use it on my mouth though. Today I'm gonna end up putting my blue contacts in, so I should probably go ahead and do that before I should have honestly done it before I did all of this, but I got so nervous and excited about it that I just kind of went in. The contacts that I use, they're from TTDEYE, or TTDEYE. Yeah. I forgot like what the actual color I got was, but they have really good quality contacts. I get the yearly ones because I do wear them so often. Lorna literally has a 30-minute video of when I first put these contacts in. Not these ones specifically, but just contacts in general. So, like, I feel pretty good about it now because it only really takes me not that long. I really like these blue ones because I feel like they look fairly natural. I hope I pull it off to make it look pretty natural. So they're in. After I have those in now, we're gonna get to the fun part, which is eyeshadow. I love putting on eyeshadow because it makes me feel like I'm actually doing good. I usually like to do a fairly natural eyeshadow in the sense of like, I don't really do a lot of like crazy colors or anything like that. Here's the palette again. It's really cool because they have like little names. I'm going to start with khaki. I'll use my finger because I lost my brush. I'll start with khaki to go all over the entire eye. You can't really tell the difference because, you know, iPhone camera. To make things better, I have an iPhone 5, so I'm pretty out of date. After khaki, I'm going to use Dusty Rose, a little darker. And I'm going to go a little bit on the edges of the eye. After that one, I go in and use Dusty Plum, which is a little darker than that, and I go even closer to my lash line on just the outer corner of my eye for that. Make sure it's super blended. After that, I take my liner brush, which is the little one, and I go to the indigo color, which is actually like kind of black. So yeah, it's darker. And I go over right on top of the lash line for that one. I usually start off at the corners because this thing is so pigmented that like it lines really quickly and like really harsh at first. So I start off on the edges and then in the same dip of the brush I move towards the inside of my eye. I don't give myself a sharp wing when I do my eyeshadow. I use eyeliner for that. After I do the top one, I usually go to the bottom, whatever, lid. And I actually like to use the Wisteria color, which is right next to gray, over here. And I do it to line my bottom. And Wisteria is the one that I use to go all the way across. I actually have this really poor habit of not doing the outer corners of my eyelashes when I am putting mascara on, to the point where my sister actually reminds me, you know, when I do put mascara on and she's in the room, she's always like, make sure you get all of your lashes, including those outer corners. Whatever. I used to be really shy when it came to anything having to do with my eyes, especially like when I was dancing when I was younger. I hated getting eye makeup put on me. I was that kid that all the dance moms had to hold down to put mascara on. Not really. It was just my mom. She held me down and she put it on herself. But yeah, it actually took me a while to be able to wear contacts because I was so eye shy. But what motivated me to actually give it a shot was cosplay. So the first pair that I ever put on were brown ones, but light brown, because those were free that came with my first purchase at Honeycolor, and it took me half an hour. And then yeah, after that I was like obsessed. I got red ones for my Gajeel cosplay. I got yellow ones for when I do Blake from Ruby. I got gray ones for Kirito, and then yeah, I have these blue ones because I wanted blue ones. So after I get done with my eyeshadow, I usually don't put anything on my eyebrows because they're already fairly thick. So after I do that, I usually go in with my lip stuff. So I know that I said I was gonna use my Tasty blush to do my lips, but I don't think I want to today because my sister got me another thingy, my CoverGirl, called Oh Sugar. So I think at the top that's the color that it is, and it's called Spice. So let's give it a shot. Not even gonna lie, the taste of this reminds me of the little kitty makeup that I used when I was younger. It tastes kind of weird, but the color isn't bad. I like it. It's a balm, apparently, a tinted one, which I do like a lot. The one that I usually use is Baby Lips, and I usually use the red one, but look at how much I've been using it, like it's almost out. So this is pretty much how I do my regular everyday makeup, and you know what time it is. I usually do a generous amount of setting spray for when everything is done. But yeah, that's my makeup process. So if you guys are looking for a makeup tutorial, you just watched a long video of me not giving you a tutorial. This is it, the final look. Thank you guys so much for watching this and sticking around with me and dealing with my lack of knowledge with makeup. Thank you guys so much for the support as well, for all of the videos that I put out and for all of my covers. I am so excited because it is spring break and I recorded so much this week, so hopefully I'll be able to come out with more content a lot faster. So yeah, today, like I said, I'm teaching a master class, and the first hour is for tap dance, and it's intermediate level, and then from 1 to 5 I teach hip-hop the whole time, and it's really fun because I get to use the music that I like. So I use K-pop for everything, which my studio has really warmed up to me and warmed up to it. They are extremely supportive, and I love them so much because they don't judge me for the music that I listen to. Even the other studio that I work at in St. Augustine, they feel the same way. They actually encourage me to use it a lot because they like hearing it, and I think it's really important, you know, to be able to expose kids nowadays to new things like that and to new ideas, so that when they do get older, you know, they'll be more open to listening and trying new things. So I'm really excited because also the studio today, they actually put K-pop on the advertisement. So a lot of my friends from the Jacksonville K-pop minions, a lot of them are showing up to take class too, which is really exciting because I don't see them very often. So here's to a good time, and hopefully my makeup stays the entire time. And then yeah, I'll tell you guys how my makeup has held up. So there it is. Thank you guys. Bye. So I'm at the dance studio now, and this is what my makeup looks like in the daylight. So I'm really excited, and yeah, I'm gonna go inside now. Hey, so the dance class finished. It was really fun, and I'm like so grateful for everyone that decided that they wanted to show up. We did a lot of really fun combos. Potato Kun is back because of how sweaty and disgusting I am. I know, it's sexy. Yeah, so this is what my makeup ended up like. There's a bit of like sweaty drippage. It's such a nasty word. But there's like a lot of like droopy mascara going on over there. My foundation obviously like sweated off a bit. Like it's not too bad. I can still feel the primer underneath because my skin is pretty soft. It pretty much stays this way. Like the eyeliner, like I said, like it's doing pretty well. The wings are still there, and I reapply lip balm, so that's why it looks like it's still the same. Thank you guys so much for watching this, and I will talk to you guys another time and look forward to vlogging some more. Bye!